Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Talkin' Tunes. I am your host, Frank Walsh. Thanks for tuning in today. As you can see, I have a full panel of people here, and you folks at home are going to be in for a treat because this is a relatively newly formed band who are going to be getting out into the scene within the next couple of days of this filming, and they are going to be releasing a CD that's going to be coming up very soon as well. So rather than listen to me talk, I am going to introduce you to some of the members of Phoenix. So, hi guys, welcome to be here. We have right here, we have
Emily Holdcroft,
Hans Schneider,
Susie Cullen,
Greg Miller.
and as you know, Greg Miller is one of our repeat offenders. I guess he didn't he didn't get enough punishment from the last show, so he's decided to come back. So folks, welcome here.
Thank you.
You know, and you guys have a very exciting project coming up. You're a newly formed band.
Yep.
You've got a CD coming out.
Yes, we do.
So who's going to take the lead here and tell the folks a little bit about this band, maybe how you formed, how you got together,
I'll try.
describe your music a little bit?
I'll try.
Go.
All right. A long time ago, I started writing songs. I was about 18. It's a long time ago. Started a band with Miss Holdcroft.
Okay.
And we've been rehearsing on and off, playing on and off together for a long time now. I'm not going to say. And after that, I ran into Mr. Miller, who we've been playing since, what, 95 together?
95. Yeah.
Writing
Wow.
songs since
Writing
then,
songs,
too.
yeah.
Well, you couldn't get a good guitarist, right? You had to settle for Greg.
Exactly.
You had to settle, huh?
Years,
You
right,
had to
yeah.
settle. I hate when you do that.
And then all through the years, we've Ian Campbell. I've been playing with you off for 30 years, something like that. And Gabriel Luxton, G-Lux, we like to call.
Yep.
Been playing with him on and off too, all through the South Shore. And Billy Gilday, who's hiding in the booth in there, checking out the schematics in there. He's there. He owns a studio called Real Studios in Weymouth.
Cool.
And we recorded a 12-song album there that we just packaged and put together. And we're going to do our record release party with Susie Cullen, our manager. You tell him, because I forget all the details.
It will be, the record release party will be April 15th at the Rainham Park Simulcast
Great
Center.
venue.
And it's going to be on a Sunday afternoon from 1 to 7. We've got 3 great groups that will be there. And the first one will be Tyler Morris will be opening for us.
Tyler Morris blew these studios down a couple of times when he was
He
on.
Very
is phenomenal.
Yeah, great kid.
And he's coming with his band, and I believe he's doing some songs with Danny's band also.
Nice.
And the Phoenix will be coming on, and then after that, Danny Klein's Full House will be taking it down at the end of the night. So we're looking forward to it. We have a couple of raffles, 50-50 going on that night, and we also have an autographed guitar.
Yep, we're going to be
For a
autographing
giveaway.
the guitar.
Yeah, why don't you talk a little bit about that, Greg? How'd that come to be?
How did this band come to be?
No, how'd the with the guitar? I mean, that's a pretty
well,
pretty nice little prize that's going to go on.
It's going to be, yeah. It's a Fender Squier Stratocaster that I'm getting from my uncle. And it depends on what color you guys want, because there's several colors.
Now,
We
is
have
this
red,
Uncle Sut?
purple, blue, white.
Purple. Oh,
Purple,
Purple?
is cool.
Is this
All right,
Uncle
let me
Sut,
get that
by the
one.
way?
Yes, it is.
It's going to, yeah.
Uncle Sut
Uncle
graced
Sut, yeah.
these chairs as
Yes,
one of the
yes.
first guests
Yeah.
on my show. And if you go back into the archives, we all kind of sang along together with the Uncle Sut.
Yep, right on.
Good,
It's a
good,
family event, you know.
cool.
But I'm grabbing one of his guitars, and we're all going to be signing it. And there's going to what type of raffle would that be? Just a
Well, we're working on that right now.
yeah. We're still
Details
working.
to come.
Yes.
Yeah, details to come. But
Yeah.
Well, folks,
that'll be
as time goes on, we're going to be talking more about this on the show. And for those of you who follow us on Facebook, you are going to be kept up to date. Susie is very good at promotion. And some of the other members of the band that were introduced earlier, you're going to get a chance to hear them all play in a little while. So strap yourself in. They're going to be coming on soon.
Yes.
So how did you guys get together? I mean, did you wake up one morning and who kind of was the centerpiece of this, of putting a band together?
Well,
We've
in
been writing for
1995, we used to go to a jam down in Plymouth at Cottage Park,
God, yeah.
handled by Harry's.
Yeah,
and
sure.
that's how I met most of these guys.
Uh-huh.
And we just started recording and writing right from that
We've
point.
been playing in
And
bands on and off together for years, and then, like I said earlier, I got hurt and I was laid up for a while, and then he just called me up one day and he was like, "All right, that's enough. You know, if you're asked, "We got a ton of songs, let's go start recording."
Yeah, I left my last band and had nothing to do,
Yep.
and I was like, Cons, let's get
go.
these songs recorded properly.
Great.
And so we
And
went
that's how
into
it
Billy's
went.
studio.
Yeah.
And we
Right
just
around the
started-
corner from my house.
Yeah, and we just started calling people, Gabe and everyone, and there's a
Right.
ton of people on this album. I guess
Yeah.
appearances from all over the South Shore. But out of it, we got the band. And,
Great.
And it just came together. We've been rehearsing, and it's been phenomenal. I'm like, ooh, this is actually good.
Now, how did you come up with
been
the
pretty
name
heavy.
Phoenix? How did you come up with Phoenix? Is there any, significance to that other
No,
than
well-
the obvious, Phoenix
Well,
Rising
We have
and
a
all
song. We have a song called "The Phoenix,"
Uh-huh.
and it was there, and it was in a. The funny story is the first band that I was ever in that Emily was in with me. It was called The Injuries, and 10 years ago I got an injury of life-changing proportions, right? So I'm like, well, I'm going to change. The next band I name is going to be different because it was, I don't want, so I said Phoenix. We went with that instead, and it was stuck.
Emily was injured too. Billy was injured too.
Yeah. So it's kind of
There's
an
a lot of
ongoing
people.
theme.
Wait a second,
I'm
I'm going to
continuing-
move over here a little bit.
Yeah.
Not contagious, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Not
Well,
contagious, is
And
it?
I'm continuing to injure myself. So.
Slowly kill himself.
Now, how did you get hooked up on this other than what he said? I mean, you are the rose among thorns here. How's it feel working with all of these galoots?
It's awesome.
Yeah?
I mean, I've been friends with many of the guys for a long time, and we hadn't been in touch. And out of the blue in the spring, just at the right time, Hans was like, I got this thing I'm working on. I'd really love you to be part of it.
I could hear you all over it. I'm like,
Yeah.
Emily needs to be here.
And I was busy at the time, and he was very persistent. And I said, I'm going to make a point to head down there. And then I did, and I met Billy and Gabe. And there was just something like, all right, I definitely want to commit to this. And
Cool.
this is it.
Now, I know Greg. I've known Greg for a few years, and I know that Greg is very heavily into the blues scene. And how would you describe your music? I mean, I've heard you a couple of times play, and it's a little bit different from what I'm used to in some of your other bands. How would you describe or categorize your music?
It's a little bit of everything. I mean, it's influenced by everything. On this album, we have almost every genre of music represented except country, pretty much.
Country and jazz.
Yeah, that's it. We got
Yeah,
everything.
pretty much everything else.
Yeah, everything. And that's
And classical.
yeah, and classical. We've never really dipped our toe in that pool yet.
We're working that stuff out for the next recording.
Yeah.
Now, you strike me, Emily, as someone who could probably sing a little bit of everything. Was this a transition for you to sing this type of music? What type of music were you playing and singing in the past?
Well, blues was my first love. I ventured into jazz and R&B, but I love rock and roll, and I'm very open-minded, and so a lot of this is a culmination of a lot of loves. So it
like
feels
to
really
sing, yeah,
natural.
Sing the phone book, right? And make it sound good. Cool. Now, you mentioned that you're going to be getting out there a little bit more. Do you have any goals and aspirations of the type of venues that you want to play? I mean, you have your regular, you get your standard, you get your Next Page and Pete's and a lot of the regular venues.
I think we're focusing on.
do you have any higher aspirations?
Doing events
Yeah.
and open up for our major acts, stuff, stuff
Keep
like
the
that.
clubs and everything. I mean, I
Keeping
just
keeping
can't-
out of the bar.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't
That's what
run
we're
that
gonna try to
gamut
do
anymore.
is
It's
keep
bad
out of the
enough.
bar.
Yeah. I started doing that when I was 14, 15 years old. I'm like, no.
Takes its toll,
I'm 50 now. I'm okay with it.
I mean, they're fun, but
Now, along the way, I mean, how long have you been together as a group where you finally said, okay, we're going to become the Phoenix and we're going to do a CD and we're going to become
Couple
a
months.
band? A few months.
Yeah.
Was it easy or difficult
Well,
to
we
decide?
started to work on songs that were already recorded back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we went in the studio and started overlaying tracks. And
Yeah,
then
a
we
couple of
started
songs came out of
asking
Vermont.
asking players to come out and see what they wanted, do with the songs that we wrote.
Any
And,
creative differences? Or do you all get along? Or
I think we all get along like peas in a pod. I'm
Really?
telling you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
instantly
It's pretty-
melodious,
pretty cool.
right?
Really?
Yeah.
Cool, because I mean, sometimes you want to play a little blues. I want to put a little bit of rock and roll, and you clash heads and you butt heads about where you're going to go. But if you start off as an eclectic band, you've got everything covered.
You
Right.
definitely
So
can see
and
the
you can draw
chemistry.
from a wider audience as well. I mean,
Yeah.
people who love the blues go and see the blues. But if
Right.
you go to a band like yours, they can see a little bit of everything. You probably have a very eclectic mix. And is that the kind of an audience that you're going to go for? A very eclectic
Oh
mix?
yeah, everybody. Yeah, if you like, it's good music, man. Flat out, and it's of all styles. And even if it's not a style you don't listen to, you're gonna like it. Guarantee it. You know what I mean? You know, we write some really good stuff, man. This is like some of the best stuff I've ever
Cool.
put my.
Come Friday.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, Friday we're playing our first show. Is
Correct. This coming Friday. I
At
mean,
the
we have
precinct.
probably during the editing process, we're going to get slammed with a storm, but we're going to see some video, and we're going to have you all over Facebook, and people are going to see what's going to go on as far as Friday goes. But as far as as far as your music and writing the songs, do you collaborate on that, or do you have a primary songwriter? And
Yeah,
and-
I write most of the stuff, and I collaborate mostly with Greg. You know, we've been doing this for years, and
Yeah.
you know, I come up with an idea and throw it his way. And
Yeah, if it's vice versa. It's like if I come up with a riff, he's got lyrics to it. I remember writing songs with you from a while ago.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Bam.
I got it.
There it
Yeah,
is.
so I was
and
gonna
some
ask,
of those
but-
songs are on this.
Okay,
that,
yeah.
You
this
partly
new,
answered the
recorder.
question. Sometimes I was going to ask, which comes first? Do you write, do your lyrics come into your head and then you base the music around it, or do you
Sometimes.
get the music and then you fill in the words? you know?
Sometimes, like a bunch of times, I've had just stuff laying on the shelf that I've never done, and then he just plays something. I'm like, oh wait, there's something that'll go with that.
It's immediate,
like
yeah.
Rainbow Sherbet.
Yep.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
happened. And most people would think that I wrote that song because it sounds like a Rolling Stones song, but Greg wrote it. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
just had
strange.
the lyrics to it. You know?
Now, Emily, you said that you did rock and roll, you did some blues. Who were some of your influences? Did you model yourself after anybody? You're talking Etta James. You talking some of the classic, or some of the
No.
modern day blues?
Not any one person. I've had a ton of influences, male and female. So no, not really.
So if I went out into your car and pulled out a CD, what would I find in your car that you throw on your CD?
You might find Sarah Vaughan. You might find Lady
there you
Gaga.
Okay.
You might find B.B. King, or it's really. I've always had a really open.
Sarah Vaughan does one of the best versions of "Send in the Clowns" I ever heard.
Chilling. She
Yeah.
blew my mind.
Chilling.
And I loved Janis Joplin, and so there's the love for almost all styles. But I try not to sound like any one person.
Cool, you're you.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Now, Susie, you have a lot of things on your plate. You're kind of the backstage person on this, pushing them around, trying to find them gigs, get them booked.
No.
Get them booked.
Yes.
she
Your hair
pushes
coloring
us.
is very good because I think that they turn your hair gray. So
They could, right. But no.
they turn your hair
Good thing
gray
I'm a
from all of these
hairstylist,
guys.
too.
Yeah, right.
So I got to talking to them about what they were working on when they were in the studio, and we kind of talked about how I could help them, and it just kept going forward. We just kept moving with everything.
Cool.
We are planning the party for April 15th.
Cool.
And so we're excited about that. And
Well, we can talk a little bit more about that and some of the venues and some of the plans that you have for the band. But I think folks at home, I think it's time then, rather than hear these folks talk, I think it's time that they get up and entertain a little bit. So you're going to be doing some of your new songs?
Yes, all original.
Cool. And so folks, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the Phoenix. So sit back, relax, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Let me hear you tell me once again how much I mean to you. Won't change the situation. think I'm in the clear. Something goes down. It hits me hard, but never when I'm looking, yeah. Leaves me sprawled out on the ground. What went wrong? What the hell went wrong? Hard to keep my head up on me now. Down to the side. Yeah, you bet you lie. You better bet you lie. Storm I'm going through with no end in sight. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I've got it inside. Too much party, and I just don't know when it's boy, yeah, we're gonna learn to go home. Too much party, and I just don't know. With this boy, yeah, he gonna learn to go home. Well, I woke up this morning, I couldn't get out of bed. I had a naked head. So I swore off all my demons. I said I'd never visit them again. Later on in the evening, the phone starts ringing. I'm going out to do it all again. Too much party, and I just don't know when it's boy, yeah, you're gonna learn to go home. Too much party, and I just don't know when it's boy, yeah, you're gonna learn to go home. Yeah, bro. Well, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't seem to say no. I always wanna go. You know the ladies, they all love me, and I'm singing in the band. But later on in the evening, you're wondering what I'm doing. I'm going out to do it all again. Too much party, and I just don't know when this boy, yeah, he gonna learn to go home. It's too much party, and I just don't know when this boy, yeah, he gonna learn to go home. Yeah. You wanna go right? 1, 2, 3. Well, don't you talk to me about the kind of life I lead. 'Cause might seem like heaven to you, but it feels like hell to me. Well, I'm so sick and tired of your wisdom and advice. I know I'm down right now, but I know someday I'll rise. Like the phoenix rising from the ashes again. Fire pouring from my diesel engine. That long black cloud won't block out my sun. Look out, yeah, here I come. Well, there you go again, telling me I should refrain, telling me to seek some guidance, keep me from my wicked way. Why not, can't you see that's good for you? but not for me. I know just what I want, yeah, know just what I need. Like the phoenix rising from the ashes again. Fire pouring from my diesel engine. That long black cloud won't block out my sun. Look, God, yeah, here I come, here I come. Come on, man. Ain't got no time for your games anymore, yeah. You try to weave and try to weave in some score. Well, for once in your life, can't you see things my way? I know I'm down right now, but I'll be back again someday. I'm the phoenix rising from the ashes again. Fire pouring from my diesel engine. That long black cloud won't block out my sun. Oh God, yeah, here I come, here I come. My baby, she's got this friend now. She's always saying to me, you got to open your eyes, you got to realize, yeah, the blessings always come in threes. But I still don't know what you mean. Yeah, it is. Maybe she needs to find religion like a Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. When she sees I'm looking confused, yeah, she says the answer's right under your nose. And then she takes my baby by the hand. Why can't we all just get together? Who's to say if it's right or wrong? Why can't we all get together? The three of us could really turn it on. All right, come on, man. She asks me if I like to share it, do I think that what's mine is what's mine? Am I jealous? Am I over-possessive? Does inadequacy haunt my mind? And then she sings this song to me. Why can't we all get together? Who's to say if it's right or wrong? Just like a bowl of rainbow sherbet, orange, raspberry, and lime will make a mixture so sweet and fine. Why can't we all get together? Who's to say if it's right or wrong? Why can't we all get together? The three of us could really turn it on. Could really turn it on.
That's a done deal.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you. And the boy.
Wow. Unbelievable, guys. You guys did not disappoint. Folks at home, I told you that you were going to be in for a treat, and I am glad that they lived up to that billing. So, folks, one of the enemies of our show here is the clock, and we have a tendency to run out of time quicker than we would like. So maybe we have a couple of minutes if you want to give a shout out to anybody, thank anybody. Let's start with you.
I'd love to send a shout out to my husband Bill and my 2 kids Jason and Althea,
Very cool. How old are your kids?
8 and 9.
Wow. Very good. Mr. Hans.
Okay, you know what? Thinking about it.
Your mother.
Oh, my mom. Good idea. Dang, thank you. That's why she-
First grade school teacher. You know,
Frau Kettner. She's in charge.
truant officer.
She's my friend.
Truant
Frau
officer,
Kettner,
you know,
Truant officer.
bail bondsman. I mean, anybody like
That's my
that.
father.
There's one in every crowd, folks, and we seem to find them. No, on a serious note.
No, yeah, my mom and dad.
Your mom and dad?
Yeah.
Good for you. They deserve thanks
Oh,
for
God, yes, they do.
for this.
More than you know.
What about you, Greg? Anybody you want to give a
I'd
yell
like
out
to thank the band members for putting up with me, you know?
Putting up with you?
Yeah, and everybody that supports this project. So,
Cool.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Gotta give
I have to
thanks to
say,
them.
I have to, give a little shout out to Greg here. I mean, like I say, I've known him for a couple of years, and Greg is one of the most respected and admired guitar players, and he's just a regular great guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have not heard a negative word against you, so
Really?
no.
Look at these guys talk.
I'll talk to
Come to
him.
rehearsals some night.
When was the last time I had a rare, sincere moment? And he stepped all over it. All right. All right. Just remember, you've been on here twice. I mean, 3 times,
He's a charm, right?
No, but no, Greg's a cool guy. Greg's a cool guy. And Susie Q, why don't you talk a little bit about the April 15th gig again and
Yes.
go from there. Any shout outs you want?
I'd like to shout out to all the people that are helping, including yourself
Thank
and
you.
Laura and Beverly and anyone else who's going to come on that we're starting to talk up the conversations, including Peter Homan, who is working for Xfinity Center in Mansfield.
It's with Live Nation.
He's going, yes, Live Nation, and he's going to help us with some of the production
Awesome.
for the show on April 15th, and we're very excited about that.
Awesome.
And he has a nice vested interest in what these guys are doing. He's
Great.
into them.
Great.
So
Well, once again, I want to thank you all for coming on, and I want to thank the fellow band members as well for coming on. You were fantastic. And so Emily, Hans, Susie, Greg, thank you again for coming on.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
I want to give a big shout out to the people behind the scenes who make this all happen. Our award-winning esteemed director, Roxanne Morse, in the booth, pushing the buttons,
course.
making us sound and look pretty. We had camera assistance today from Beverly Dancy and Laura Walsh. Technical assistance, as always, behind the scenes, Dave Young. So, as always, folks, don't forget to get out and support your local musicians. Go and see these guys. So, until the next time, I am Frank Walsh. As always, tune in and tune on.